Please welcome this week's special guests, Jenna, Thomas and Joanna. So, Kate, first of all, what are they to you?
This is Jenna, Thomas and Joanna, and they let me sleep in their tent in Glastonbury when I couldn't find mine.
OK. Josh, how do you know them?
This is Jenna, Thomas and Joanna, and together we made up my entire school year.
Right. David, what is your connection?
This is Jenna, Thomas and Joanna, and I nudged them into a canal when I lost control of my Boris Bike.
So, there we have it. Are they Kate's festival friends, Josh's school chums, or David's bike buddies? Lee's team.
Josh, when you say between the four of you, you made up your school year, do you mean it didn't exist?
My entire year was us four.
So I'm looking at faces now to see if they look an equal age. Now, well, yeah, I suppose they... Do you think they look an equal age?
Yeah, they do, yeah.
Yeah?
Yes, that's convincing.
OK, that bit of the story we believe.
Yes.
They look a lot younger than Josh, it has to be said.
Well,
Well, you know, they're probably doing 3 to 4 press-ups a day.
What's,
Between them or in...
What year was this?
1987 to
Yeah.
1994. I'd have been 4 to 11.
Where was it? Where were you at school?
Devon.
Where in Devon?
On Dartmoor.
How many kids were in the other years?
Oh, well, ours was the smallest.
You don't say.
Yeah. So the one below was 6.
Right.
I think it actually started to get bigger because the school got more popular, so by the time I was leaving, you were looking at 8s or 9s.
Right.
It's ridiculous. How does a child get any attention with that sort of class size?
Have you stayed in contact with them?
I haven't stayed in contact with Jenna and Joanna.
Why?
Why?
Hang on, let's test him on this. Which one is Thomas?
Thomas is in the middle, and I've seen him a couple of times because his brother's married to my sister.
Really?
Yeah.
And they talk about the Welsh, don't they? This is the size of your year. What happened when you got to the nativity play or the summer concert? How did
Summer concert?
Or the garden party? Or the...
When you troop the colour, how did you do that?
Well, it wasn't just a class of 4. We were taught 4 years together.
Oh, so 4 4s, 12.
16.
16. 16. And that's the benefit of the smaller class size, isn't it?
Is it still as small?
Well, I don't still go.
But you must know.
It would be frowned upon if I hung outside counting the children.
I'm interested to know what the system was at lunchtime. Was it packed lunches, or did they provide something hot?
Obviously, because there was only, what, 40 children in our school, there was no need to cook school dinners on site.
So what, you went to a restaurant? What are you talking about?
So we went to Wagamama's. No, So what would happen, because obviously most of us were packed, so there's...
You've got a very high opinion of yourself.
So what would happen would be, when you were answering the register, you wouldn't say here, instead you'd say packed or dinners. And then one of the children would tally up the amount of people that say dinners, and then they'd go and phone it through to the nearest school. Who would...
The nearest school is where you are.
No, to the next school, who would then cook us the 8 dinners and get them sent
So
across.
you were having supply dinners, essentially, weren't you?
Yeah, we had a kind of Meals on Wheels deal with our dinners.
Wow. All right, who would you like to quiz next?
David.
Yeah, Dave.
Where were you cycling on your Boris Bike?
The Regent's Canal in London. Sort of from where I live towards... eastwards, towards King's Cross.
Eastwards? Where were you going? Mordor? I was travelling eastwards.
Eastwards, yes, easterly. In an easterly direction.
I'm off out. Where are you going? I'm going eastwards. I'll see you later. When you're back, oh, I don't know, it depends what the westerly wind's like on the way back. Have you got a bay of Boris Bikes near you?
Not that near me. I was hurrying somewhere, and I was late.
Where were you going?
To a meeting.
Were you wearing a helmet?
I was not.
Right, so you were going to a meeting, you're in a rush. How do you manage to knock 3 people in?
It's ridiculous,
Was it like, were
isn't
they
it?
stood dressed as dominoes?
No, they were sort of sitting on the edge of the canal. I was Right, I'm not an experienced cyclist. I'd only got the Boris bike because I was running so late.
Did you knock them in the river and you thought, let's swap numbers and keep in touch?
That's exactly it.
Yes.
So just talk us through it in a bit more detail. Did you knock them off with your body? Did you knock them off with the bike?
I'm cycling along the towpath. I'm late.
You're late.
My phone rings. It's the people at the meeting, and I'm afraid I answer my phone on the towpath.
Without a helmet.
Helmetless.
David.
You don't expect me to put a helmet on to answer my phone.
And when they went in, what did you then do?
Well, they were out again as soon as they were in. It
Shallow.
wasn't a very deep bit of the canal. The deeper water is further out. That's actually the title of my collection of poems.
David?
Yeah.
If I was cycling at speed and I hit 3 people, I think I'd go over myself. I think the momentum would take me off my bike.
Well, what can I tell you? Doesn't happen.
What about Kate? Do you have any questions, Brian, for Kate?
Yes.
What did Kate say?
She couldn't find her tent at Glastonbury, so these 3 reprobates, let's call them, offered for her to sleep in their tent.
They're my knights in shining armour. They rescued me.
Do you know that I've just done the voiceover for all the loos at Glastonbury?
Oh.
For the loos?
What do you say? What is the voiceover?
Are you enjoying your loo? Some people don't have any loo at all. And all over the world, they don't have a loo. And you're privileged to have a loo. I've just done a whole government thing for it. I thought possibly you might have sat on one of these loos.
No, but I'm envisioning the thought of going into a loo and suddenly you popping into my ear.
Can I just, at this point, Kevin, I know for a fact, can do a very, very good Brian Blessed impersonation.
I know I wouldn't absolutely. Are you sitting down? Are you sitting comfortably?
Oh, great, now I've got it in stereo. First of all, when was this?
This was Glastonbury 2011. My boyfriend bought tickets for him and his brother, and then I heard that Beyoncé was going to be there. So I
Yeah.
said I'll come too, so I could see the goddess.
OK,
In
and
person.
so you've lost your tent.
So 1 o'clock in the morning, I needed to go to the loo, so I set off in search of the loos with my phone.
And because you'd gone to see Beyonce, when you couldn't find your tent, there's a joke coming up. Did you go, uh-oh, uh-oh, uh-oh,
Rob.
No.
You told us about some joke that was on its way. So you come back and you can't find your tent.
Well, I had a bit of a loo mission because the first set of loos were not clean. And so I had to try and find some more. So I went, someone said, there's some more over there. And there were people sort of, you know, making new friends there. So I didn't want to stay there. This poor woman who was taking pity on me said, there's some other over there. So I went to the other ones. And
This is like a quest.
Yes.
First set of loos too dirty. Second set of loos too sexually compromised. Set
This
of
is
loos
the
number
voiceover
3.
you want in the toilet, ladies and gentlemen. Don't forget, this is for defecation, not sexual compromise.
Yes, I have the precise timbre to reverse arousal.
So you're crawling through the grass at Glastonbury.
Found the third set. That was all fine. And then I thought, OK, I'm going to walk back now. But I just couldn't find my way.
How did they come about?
Well, I was wandering around and then I thought, I just thought, I'm going to have to throw myself on someone's mercy. So I
I think you say tent then. I thought that's no way of doing it. Surely just knock on the flap first. That's the voice you need in the toilet.
I just saw these 3 friendly people and I thought maybe I'll just approach them because I was getting desperate. So I said, look, I'm completely lost. And they said, we'll help you. We'll help you find these first set of loos. Because if I found the first set, then I can find my tent.
I see.
So they said, look, we could be going all night. This is really useless. Let's just go and sleep in our tent.
What's the setup with Thomas, Jenna and Joanna?
Well, this is a good point, Bob, because I did have that
You hear that?
question.
Good point.
Unlike the postman. Good point.
I know. I got it. I was wondering when the joke was coming.
Well, that's the problem with postal jokes. It's always the next day when you get it.
We need an answer. So, Lee's team. Are Jenna, Thomas and Joanna Kate's festival friends, Josh's school chums or David's bike buddies?
Think there's any truth in David's story?
Oh, no, not at all. No, not at all. Their escapade sounds like Toad of Toad Hall with the bike, going to the Boris Bike, going down the canal. Regent's Canal, of course, that's near the zoo there, where you get lots of orangutans.
At the very least, it's unlikely.
Oh, it's definitely unlikely. I mean, it's worthy of anecdote. I mean, no one's going to come and say, these are, you know, 3 people I said hello to in the post office. There's got to be an unlikeliness to it, or it's not worth televising. This is potentially worth televising.
I think it's Josh.
Brian thinks it's Josh.
Yeah.
Kevin?
I also think it's Josh.
Is it the ages? Because they do look very similar age. I have to say, Tom in the middle of the 3 looks like he's had a slightly harder life. I'm going to go with Josh.
You're going to say it's Josh. OK. On behalf of the 3, Joanna, would you reveal your true identities?
We are Joanna, Thomas and Jenna, and together we make up the entire year of Josh's school.
And here's the proof. We've got the school photo. Have a look. Thank you very much, Jenna, Thomas and Joanna.